What were the key events of the French Revolution? Have you ever wondered how a monarchy could transform into a republic? The French Revolution is a fascinating chapter in European history that shows us just that. It all began in 1789 and unfolded over about a decade, leading to major changes in France and beyond. Let's look at some key moments that define this period. In May 1789, King Louis the Sixteenth called the Estates General, a gathering of representatives from 3 estates: the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners. This was the first meeting of the Estates General since 1614. The main issue was how votes would be counted, causing immediate division among the estates. By June 1789, the representatives of the Third Estate, frustrated with the voting dispute, declared themselves the National Assembly. They claimed to representing the people of France, challenging the king's authority. Shortly after, they took the tennis court oath on June 20th, vowing not to disband until they had drafted a new constitution. Then came July 14th, when the storming of the Bastille occurred. This royal fortress and prison in Paris became a symbol of the uprising against tyranny. This event is often seen as the start of the revolution itself. On August 4th, the National Assembly abolished feudal privileges, ending centuries of rights held by the nobility and clergy over peasants. This was a significant step toward equality and dismantling the old regime. Just a few weeks later, on August 26th, the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen was adopted. This document proclaimed freedom and equal rights for all men, inspired by Enlightenment ideals. Fast forward to June 1791, and we encounter the flight to Varennes. King Louis the Sixteenth and his family attempted to escape Paris to reach a royalist stronghold. However, they were captured in the town of Varennes. This event shattered the trust between the king and the revolutionaries, leading to increased calls for a republic. On July 14, 1790, the Fête de la Fédération was celebrated, marking the first anniversary of the storming of the Bastille. It was attended by the king, queen, and representatives of the new government, symbolizing a moment of unity, though this was short-lived. From 1792 to 1794, radicalism and violence surged. Revolutionary leaders like Jean-Paul Marat called for the execution of aristocrats and enemies of the revolution. The monarchy was abolished, and King Louis the Sixteenth was executed in January 1793. This period, known as the Reign of Terror, was marked by mass executions and political purges. Finally, the revolution concluded with the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte in 1799. He established himself as first consul, effectively ending the revolutionary government and marking the start of a new era in French and European history. These events illustrate the dramatic shift from a struggling monarchy to a radical redefinition of society and governance. The flight to Varennes was a turning point that exposed the king's opposition to the changes and accelerated the move toward republicanism. The legacy of the French Revolution continues to influence political thought and movements across Europe today.